More than 250 items from Bob Hawke's home on Sydney's North Shore will go to auction in coming days. Hundreds of people bidding to get a piece of history. Let's go live to Charlotte Mortlock, who joins us now from the home in Northbridge and with the auctioneer, Andrew Shapiro. Charlotte.
Yeah, that's right, Kieran. Very privileged to be here today. I am joined by Andrew Shapiro, who is the director of Shapiro Auctioneers and also Gallery. You're obviously going to be conducting this. This is the home where obviously Bob Hawke, he passed away at the age of 89 in May early this year. He was Australia's third longest Prime Minister, longest serving I should say. Tell us a little bit about how iconic, where we are even right now in his office and what sort of things will be available here.
Charlotte, this is a time capsule that I guess is an archive of a very important politician's life. We have many pieces of memorabilia, curiosities throughout his career as a Prime Minister. Right now, as you said, we're in Bob Hawke's home office in Northbridge, surrounded by things that will be included in the auction. And I think even with the items that surround us, we can see he enjoyed life, he enjoyed people, and we're surrounded with, I suppose, boys' toys in a certain way, poker chips, one of his favorite cigar humidors. We even have a black ostrich leather pouch, which was his day-to-day briefcase, filled with ink stains, showing he was a very hard worker. In back of us is a wonderful grouping of antique cricket prints, and just beside that one is an original black and white photograph of Don Bradman with a pencil signature, which was a pride and joy in his office.
Now, obviously, he was known for being a fantastic Prime Minister. He served as our Prime Minister from 1983 to 1991.
That's right.
But he moved into this home shortly after that in 1993, obviously with his wife, Blanche Depleget.
That's right.
And the time has now come for her to downsize. Is that why we're seeing this auction taking place?
Well, family members have chosen what they would like to keep, and also there is a permanent collection in the University of South Australia. There is a Bob Hawke collection. They came through first, taking important papers, important photographs, things like that, that will be on public display for the future. So everything's going to its right home. For Blanche, I think, as a downsizing into a smaller apartment, these are things. She's kept those things that have emotional content for her, but I think she's very spiritual about it and very happy to see what's here go to people who are wanting a bit of Bob Hawke.
I covered a number of stories on Bob Hawke when he was alive and obviously his recent passing. The one thing that continually came up is that people just saw him as this larrikin. There are a few pieces. He also had an amazing relationship with Asia, and particularly the Chinese.
Absolutely.
There's quite a few elements of that come into here, both the larrikin side and those really, I guess, international relationships that he built out.
Well, as you may be aware, he had 106 visits to China. And it is customary when you go to China to receive a gift upon arrival, or if you're doing business in China. So we have a number of wonderful bottles of alcohol, as well as wonderful Chinese scroll paintings, tea sets, many things that were given over the years that will be included in the auction. As far as being a larrikin, we do have some wonderful beer mugs, which were given by different communities and associations with his name on them, which will be included.
Just finally, what do you think the most expensive pieces will be? I mean, we've got around 250 pieces that are going up for auction early next week. What do you think will be the biggest?
Well, I would say the two highlights were probably the oil paintings that he and Blanche bought. One is by Ewan MacLeod, which is in the main living room area, and another is one by Hugh Sorey, who is a very, very important artist in Australian art history, and that's titled The Drover's Wife. And that particular painting hung in Bob Hawke's office for many, many decades.
Well, there's certainly no shortage of history in this house where we are today in Northbridge. People from the public can come and see the pieces on Saturday and Sunday, but they do have to register online.
They can register here at the viewing.
Okay.
It will be entry by catalog, but then there is following a public auction on Tuesday at the Paddington RSL, and that is open to the public. You just have to show up. It starts at 6 o'clock.
Thank you very much, Andrew. I'm sure there will be hundreds, if not thousands, of people coming along over the weekend to try and get a piece of history.